So Roberts saw the danger. Bridges can bring it away. And that's quite a challenge from Bond, and Spender wants his say, and the referee has shown red. Without any consideration, Lee Probert went straight to his pocket. The Stevenage players are incandescent. The captain wants a word. But very evidently, Andy Bond is in pain, and David Bridges has to go. One angry man.
I think he's unlucky. I mean, you know, they've both gone into the ball, one front, one side, and the lad has got there first. Holbert, is it? And he's got there first, and then the other lad has come in, and he was slightly later, but I don't think that was a card where he's gone two-footed. He's missed the ball. He's a bit unlucky, but you can also see the referee's point of view. But it's a shame in a final that, you know, people don't get the benefit of the doubt, but it's certainly going to even the game up.
Well, it was 1 foot, not two.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very high foot, but it was a foot off the ground. It's a marginal call, Gary, isn't it?
I think so. I think the problem was that 22 players all decided to get involved as the tackle came in, and Lee Probert decided that he had to quieten it all down by putting out the red card, pulling out the red card. But Harsh, I think the Stevenage manager, looks like he's upset, and I'm sure he will be. Give credit to both teams. You know, they've worked their socks off for 90 minutes. Credit to them both.
Oh, the card is coming out again. It's a red card. Robin Holbert has gone. It's 10 against 10 for extra time. And that's nasty. That is nasty. Griffin is losing blood. A horrible sight. I think, actually, that is a glance back over his shoulder which hints at apology and remorse. It's an elbow right through him.
Yeah, I think he's led with his elbow there.
Well, there's no doubt he had to go for that.
That's a red card.
And Charlie Griffin is in terrible pain, and I'm sure Robin Holbert will feel only regret about that. It was a horrid rush of blood. And I mean that in every sense. A horrid rush of blood. No excuse for it.
I think his manager would be very upset with him, to be honest with you. I think, you know, they were in the ascendancy, they were running the game a little bit, they were getting chances, and the last thing you want is for your own team to go down to 10 men, but it's evened it up. And
well, except that he's not going to be able to carry on here, Griffin. They've used 3 subs.
Oh.
It's going to be 10 against 9. Well, if he can't carry on, it's 10 against 9.
Well, he definitely looks in trouble there, doesn't he? So,
I mean, you know, that is nasty. One likes to think that it wasn't spite going through Robin Holbert's head. I'm certain it wasn't. It was very rash.
The game's been competitive all game, and obviously it's a red card. I don't think he's purposely gone to actually really put his elbow in and throw his arm, but he's just gone there. He's got there a bit late for the challenge and led with his arm. And when you do that, you know, he wouldn't want to see this lad lying on the floor like this. So he'd be very disappointed with himself. And let's hope he's okay. I
can't claim to know Robin Holbert, but I have actually met him a couple of times this week. He's a thoroughly pleasant individual, who I'm quite certain wouldn't want to have done that damage. No. But there is no escaping the fact that that challenge was, to put it kindly, rash. To put it kindly. And the damage he has done here to Charlie Griffin is just all too evident in Technicolor. And this game is going on forever.
There's a few twists and turns, and I'm sure there'll be a few more twists and turns. We'll have to wait and see whether this lad recovers at any time soon, but what you'd hope is it's only a few stitches, but it looks a little bit more than that.
I have to ask you the question, Gary, what is his elbow doing there? I mean, what would be his case if he was up in front of the beak? What would he say in self-defence?
Well, you've also got to look at the part of the field that it's in. It's on the halfway line. He was 60-40 against getting that ball, and he tried to make it 50-50, and he's lunged in, and if your elbow's high and it catches somebody, it does damage. That's why you get a red card when you lead with your elbow, because it's dangerous.
And so the dynamic of the game now, if, as I think we have to assume, it's going to be 10 against 9, how is it going to disturb mentally either side? Would there be a sense in the Barrow team that this is another great opportunity, 10 against 9 on a wide open space, or will they in a way be unnerved by it?
I think they could be unnerved by it. Nobody likes to see a fellow professional lying on the floor in a bit of a state, and you know, it will take both teams a little while now to get their positive mental state back. The two managers are working hard over there, looks like, and they're talking to their players. It will be which team recovers quickest, because at the end of the day, there's still a football match. I know it's only football when you see a lad lying on the floor, but they're both out to win this game, and whoever picks it up the sooner will probably be the victors.
Well, those are really worrying pictures, really worrying pictures. These are more pleasant ones for those involved. The only goals in the game so far as the clock ticks up towards 100. Lee McEvely has had his moment in the sun, and Andy Drury has had his, but those seem a long time ago now, and I must say I don't like what I'm seeing there, and I'm sure you don't either. There are several paramedics, as well as the club medics. Graham Wesley quite reasonably is on the pitch now and showing considerable concern. There is nothing nice about this at all on what is a People's Day out at Wembley.
I think the one thing that's you know about Wembley is that the medical situation here is fantastic. And you know, one minute there's ecstasy, and the next minute we're all worried about this lad here. But the medical teams here, and the ambulance people, the doctors, they really look after everybody. And so, you know, let's keep our fingers crossed. But he's in the right hands.
It's horrible. What is uplifting, and I hope that he can have some sense of it, is the noise from the crowd. And I do have to report to you that the Barrow supporters were up on their feet at once as soon as there was a sense that the stretcher was about to be moved. The Barrow supporters as well, of course, as the Stevenage fans were up with an offer of loud, uproarious support for a wounded opposition player.
And I guarantee they'll, to the man, be standing up and applaud him when he gets carried off there.
Universal sympathy. Charlie Griffin came to Wembley to fulfil a dream, and I fear he won't know too much about his departure. Just a bloke, a new dad. From Stevenage and from Barrow. Sympathy and concern.